know that you're tired. You're tired of being surrounded by toxic family members, toxic friends, toxic lovers. I know that you're ready for a new change. I know that you're ready for something new. You're tired of the same old day, replaying yourself over and over again with the same old people. You feel like you're outgrowing them, don't you? And you feel like you're ready for something or someone new, don't you? I know, because I've been there before too. And I want to let you in on a little secret. Self-love is going to be the foundation for the new life that you are building for yourself. Today, I'm literally giving away all of the gems that I've picked up along my own self-love journey, and I'm going to help you start yours today. These are the realest tips that are going to help you develop self-love even as a beginner. Hey y'all, it's Tale and Nika, your new self-love bestie, and welcome back to my sanctuary where I put you onto all my secrets and help you step into your fullest potential. Okay, let's get into these tips. So how to develop self-love for beginners. Let's start with number one. Number one is going to be self-awareness and accountability. You have to be open and honest with yourself while on your self-love journey. If you aren't, you literally cannot proceed. And this is why I made this number one. You have to be aware of who you are, how you act, the people around you, okay? And then you have to be able to hold yourself accountable. You have to be able to be honest and vulnerable with yourself. That's the only way that you're going to be able to fully love yourself, okay? You cannot love yourself without first knowing the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of yourself. I really didn't realize that I lacked self-love, self-respect, and self-worth until one day I looked in the mirror and I literally did not notice myself. Like I didn't recognize myself. So I'm just gonna speak about it briefly because I don't want to make a whole dedicated video to this because I don't really feel there's a need to go so super in detail with what happened. But when I was between the ages of, I want to say 18 to like 20 years old, I'm 22 right now if you don't know. So I've been out of that for a few years now. I was in this like really toxic like relationship. And I say relationship because it really wasn't a relationship, at least not on my part. Like now that I look back on it, I'm like, that wasn't a real relationship. That was an attachment. Basically, I was always arguing with that boy, okay? We were always like fighting, like about something. It was about stuff that made no sense. He was very insecure, and so he would try to make me insecure within myself, especially like out in public. Like if I was getting attention from other people, he would be mad at me. And I'm like, I'm just being myself. Like I can't help that other people is, you know what I'm saying, they think I look good or whatever. Like you should be happy. If nobody's looking at your girl, you're doing something wrong, okay? Let me just say that. If nobody's looking at your girl, that means she's not much to look at. So it's like, you should take pride in the fact that, you know, people's looking at me. But anyway, basically, it wasn't just a one time and like done type of situation. Like he has put his hands on me before the last time where I was like, yeah, I need to go. Like where I was looking in the mirror and I didn't realize who the hell I was looking at. He's put his hands on me, I think like twice before. And I can speak about it so much more casually now because I've healed from it and I've forgiven, you know, myself and him as well, even though I never got an apology, but I forgave him for my own peace. And you're gonna have to do that too. You're gonna have to allow yourself to hurt and be angry and be resentful, but then at some point you gotta let that go because it's not gonna serve you. It's not. It's gonna do more harm to you than it is going to help you. I wasn't self-aware, okay? I didn't realize that the reason why I was dealing with all of that poor behavior and that poor treatment was because I didn't love myself. I didn't respect myself. I didn't value myself. I didn't know my own worth. This is why I say that self-awareness is very, very important because you have to be able to look at yourself and be like, damn, I'm not perfect. Like I thought that I was confident. I thought that I was self-aware. I thought that I knew my worth, sis. No, I didn't. Because if I really did, I wouldn't have stayed for as long as I did. I had to be able to hold myself accountable. And of course I wanted to point the finger at him and I wanted to blame him and I wanted to hate him. But I had to really be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. And I had to look at myself and be like, he wouldn't be able to do this to me if I wasn't allowing it. And I'm not saying that what happened to me was my fault, but I have to take accountability, okay? So you have to look at situations in your life as well, because I'm not the only woman that's been through that. And even some men go through abusive situations like that. But I had to look at myself and be like, girl, Tale, now you know damn well, okay, he was wrong. He should never been treating me like that. But I shouldn't have been allowing that shit. I should have been left, you know? And so, again, I'm not saying that that situation is my fault, because it's definitely not. He has his own issues. So you gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta be open. You gotta be vulnerable. You gotta be real with yourself. And this is the part of self-love that people don't talk about. It's not just about taking a bubble bath. It's not just about doing your makeup, doing your hair. No, you need to like get down to nitty gritty, okay? You need to look at your shadow self and evaluate it and see what's really going on. Moving on to number 2, you want to be able to get comfortable. Oh, this is a big one, okay? This is a big one when it comes to your self-love journey. You want to get comfortable with being able to say no. You want to get comfortable with being able to disappoint people and not feel bad for it. You want to be able to get comfortable with walking the F away, okay? This is mostly for all of my people pleasers and my nice girls or nice guys. Stop trying to be nice. Stop trying to be nice. There's no reason to be nice, okay? Nice people get taken advantage of. Nice people get walked all over. Nice people get disrespected. Yeah, nice people get disrespected. Now, there's a difference between being a nice person and a kind person. Nice people, they want to keep everybody happy and keep the peace. No. That's not your job. It's your job to prioritize yourself. It's your job to protect yourself. It's your job to say no when you really don't want to go to that party. It's your job to walk away from that person that's been mentally, emotionally, physically, or even sometimes financially abusing you. That's what your job is. It's not your job to keep everybody else around you happy. That is how you lose yourself. And that's how I've lost myself in the past, because I would constantly put everybody else before Tale, okay? That's not what we're doing. No. So say no and stand firm in that no. And if people try to make you feel bad for setting boundaries for yourself, they just did you a favor. They showed you that they don't care about you. They care about how they can benefit from having you around. When people show their ass, okay, believe them and do what you gotta do and leave. Don't be afraid to walk away from things. And you see, that was the thing for me in my past like situation with that abusive guy. I was codependent. I was really codependent. I looked to other people, okay, and sources outside of me for validation and for emotional fulfillment, for happiness, for joy. Baby, all of that, okay? It's right up in here, in you. It's within you. You don't need to go out to anybody else to, feel confident, for them to validate you, for them to call you pretty, call you handsome, like whatever. You don't need that. Like, all of that is within you. And I also realized that the reason why I was so afraid to walk away is because I didn't know what was next. I had got so used to having somebody on call. I had got so used to being with somebody every day, like, sleeping with this person and everything. And it's like, you really do get attached to people. Like, you really form like that soul tie and like that trauma bond. And it's hard to break away, but it's not impossible. I did it, so you can do it too, okay? I believe in you. You are that powerful. You gotta be okay with walking into the unknown, because yeah, you may be comfortable here. That's not worth it if it costs you your peace, if it costs you your happiness, if it costs you your safety, okay? If it costs you your own values and your own morals, it's not worth it. I would rather walk away from someone that I'm used to that's not treating me well and not know what's gonna happen next than to stay here and be broken down by someone, than to stay here and hand my power over to someone like this. I'm not doing that, okay? And you deserve better than that. So be okay with saying no. Be okay with walking away. Even if you gotta be by yourself for a little bit, so what? You got yourself forever. You better get used to being with yourself. You're the only constant. You're the only one that's really permanent for real. So This self-love journey is going to bring you closer to yourself. I'm telling you, I'm at a place now where people that try to, like men that try to get next to me, you're not in competition with other guys. You're in competition with me. Because I bring myself peace. I bring myself love. I care for myself. I take care of myself. So if you are going to come in and try to disrupt my peace, you're not even going to get through the door.
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
You're not. And that's just how it is. And you're going to get to a point where you prioritize your peace over the company of 100 fake people. If you are surrounding yourself with a whole bunch of people and you still feel lonely, it's because you're running away from yourself. And I'm gonna need you to run back home, okay? You need to bring all of that back in. Your higher self, okay, is calling you back home, and home is right here. Speaking of home being right here, you want to become your own bestie, your own boyfriend, okay, your own sugar daddy if you into that, all right? But you want to become all of that for yourself. So this means alone time, having fun with yourself, dance by yourself, sing with yourself, take yourself out on a date, take yourself out on a little shopping spree if you got the funds to do that, okay? Do that, do it. You gonna wait for somebody to come into your life to do stuff that you want to do? Why? Whose life is this? It's yours, isn't it? Okay. Also, start talking to yourself. Start talking to yourself. Society makes us feel like if you talk to yourself, you're like crazy. No, I think the crazy people are the ones that don't talk to yourself. Did you know I was on Twitter one day and there was this girl that, you know, she lives by herself, and she said on Twitter that she doesn't speak the whole day. Excuse me? You be in your own apartment by yourself where you pay rent, and you be quiet the whole time? That's so bizarre to me. Like, you better start talking to yourself. I be with myself having whole conversations out loud or in my head, okay? And it's not crazy. This makes you self-aware. This also shows that you have no problem with being by yourself. I enjoy my own company. I love my own company. So if you can't sit here and have a conversation with yourself, like, the math is not mathing. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. You are the realest person that you could ever consult with, and you're not gonna talk to yourself? Number 4, okay, how to develop self-love for beginners especially. You want to start exercising that throat chakra, okay? Speak up for yourself. Express how you feel about certain things. If you don't like something, let it be known. And you don't have to be nasty about things. Like, that's the thing, when I tell people, like, oh, you need to start speaking up, people think that I'm telling you to, you know, be all hostile and all rah-rah. Like, no, I'm not telling you to do that. All I'm saying is to simply let people know how you feel. I didn't have to yell, because I'm not gonna yell with you. We're not about to have a screaming match. I'm not doing that. You don't have to disrespect them. You don't gotta curse. None of that. Simply communicate. It's so simple. But many of us don't do it because you don't want to shake the table a little bit.
With me if you want to. It's not a good day. Okay? Now back to that one. Shaking the table.
You don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, but it's like, why? They're making you feel uncomfortable. What's the problem? Make them feel uncomfortable. Let them know how you feel. Number 5 is you want to be authentic to who you are, okay? You want to show up and you want to show out. Like I said in number 4, you want to express how you feel. You want to also create your own lane, stay in it, and focus on it. You're not in competition with nobody but yourself, okay? Understand that. Also, when you create your own lane and you stay in it, nobody can compete with you because they don't compare to you. They don't, okay? That's another one of my biggest tips. Don't be out here comparing your journey to other people's journey. Your journey is your journey and it's unique to you, all right? Also, what I need you to know is, hold on, let me fix my hair. When you create your own lane, you create a whole bunch of opportunities that are specifically made for you. I just realized I wasn't recording with my mic this whole time. I'm not doing this video over. So don't forget to subscribe and join the Palace Bestie. And until my next video, I'm gonna see you later, okay? Later.